Hello, this is Mr. Keaton. I'm here to talk to you today about the Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem is only used for calculating the lengths of sides in right triangles, meaning you must have a right angle here. Must have a right angle in one of the corners. And it's, like I said, only for right triangles. We have a labeling convention. C is the side opposite the right angle, and it is known as the hypotenuse. I like to call it the hippopotamus to try and get you to remember it. But anyways, it's the hypotenuse. The other two are called legs, and for convenience we call them A and B. Some books will call them L1 and L2. Anyways, Pythagoras developed, this Greek mathematician developed a formula based on the areas of these rectangles here. And he said c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, where c, a, and b are the lengths of the sides. And so here he comes up with this formula, c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Very easy formula to remember, very great for calculating the lengths of triangles. For example, in this bottom left, example 1 here, we have a right triangle, and we can go ahead and find x here by using the Pythagorean theorem. And x is our hypotenuse, so that's c. So we have c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. The other two are pretty much interchangeable. Doesn't matter which one's which. C is the only one that really matters. And then we can multiply these out. And we got c squared is equal to 169. And from our review yesterday, we'll take the square root of both sides. And we get c is equal to 13. Now, we're supposed to get plus or minus 13. But since it's a length and it can't be negative, we immediately eliminate the negative solution and only say positive 13. In theory, though, it could be a negative 13 also. Moving on to the next problem here. Oh, we got a word problem. It says Randy made a ramp for his dog to get into his truck. The ramp is 6 feet long to get up into the bed that's 3 feet high. So I can go ahead and build a right triangle here. And this side is 3 feet. And that's a right triangle. The trick is to build the right triangle. Now we can use that to approximate how far from the back of the truck does the ramp touch the ground. That would be looking for this. I'm going to go ahead and call this A or B. It doesn't really matter. C is, once again, the only one that matters, and that is our hypotenuse. C is over here. So now we can go c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. And we don't know a in this case, so I'm going to put plus 3 squared. That's a squared, and c in this case is 6 squared. And we'll do a little simplifying, giving us 36 is equal to a squared plus 9. If we subtract 9, I get a squared is equal to, what is that, 27. And now we'll take the square root of each side, and we get a is equal to the square root of 27. Once again, because it's a length, I'm only going to consider the positive root. We're going to ignore the negative root because you can't have a negative length there. So the square root of 27, well, the square root of 25 and the square root of 36, those are nice, easy ones. Perfect squares, easy to calculate. Those are 6 and 5, so 27's in between there. It's going to be closer to 5, isn't it? So I'm going to say, must be that 5.2 there. So C is our answer. Going on to the next situation here. Oh, find the area. They gave us all the lengths. Area formula for a triangle. Remember, a triangle is half of a rectangle, which is length times width, or base times height. So I'm going to take half the area of a rectangle. In this case, it'll be 1/2 base and height. We have 20 and 20. And the hypotenuse, we don't even need in this case. So that gives us 10 times 20, or 200. And we have units, so that's going to be inches squared. Pretty straightforward. Moving on, let's go ahead. Last one. Once again, it's a right triangle, so we can use the Pythagorean theorem. Whoops, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. And looks like I'm about to run out of problem time on this one. So we'll move to the next video and be back in 1 second.